What did the Chief Wahoo logo mean to you as a kid?
I mean, when I was a kid, the Plain Dealer had Chief Wahoo, it was pre-sports center, all that stuff. So the first thing I would know, especially if the Tribe were playing late games on the West Coast, for example, was they had Chief Wahoo and a number of different poses, expressions, moods, depending on how the Tribe did. So he was simply the lovable mascot of the Cleveland Indians, literally the face of the team to me. My opinion didn't change until, I got the tattoo in '94.
With Rodman.
With Rodman,
I always
yes.
feel like that's a worthwhile idea.
It is, but I always feel a little self-conscious, dropping celebrity names in there.
Fair enough.
Because I do know celebrity profile writers who somehow come to feel that some of that glamour and importance accrued to them. That's kind of contemptible, if you ask me. But when the Tribe made the World Series in '95 and there were protests, and I've always in my mind identified with the struggles of indigenous peoples everywhere. I've always been kind of a lefty or whatever, but I never thought about Chief Wahoo as being kind of a flagrant. You see why I can't sign and answer at the same time? A flagrant kind of insult to a people decimated by, our peoples decimated by genocide. And so I started thinking about it literally, 23 years ago. And I don't think there was any one thing after that represented any kind of turning point. It was as the years went by and I became more and more aware of systemic racism, of the benefits I had enjoyed without thinking about it at all, being a white guy in media, a white guy working at a great magazine. But maybe the first LeBron book, when I realized that I'd been a magazine writer in the media for 20 some years at that point, and I wanted to address the issue of race in the Whore of Akron, and really had to basically find someone I didn't know to help me do that. Find an African American, which is in itself kind of a patronizing thing to do. So, those issues, race, American culture, American history, coalesced and made Wahoo, especially by then, 2010, 2011, 2012, why is this still the face of the Cleveland Indians? And, I still haven't altered the tattoo at all, but I didn't feel at that point that a guy like Mark Shapiro, from Baltimore, smart guy, Jewish guy, I believe went to Princeton, I couldn't believe that he wouldn't get rid of the caricature. He now talks, now that he's not employed by the Indians, that he should have. I mean, how much courage would it have taken? The team draws when it wins and doesn't draw when it doesn't. It's a business decision, I understand that, but morally, I mean, it just seemed like to cling to that symbol and to have that representing my hometown made no sense to me anymore. Sorry, that's a long-winded answer, but that's...
It's okay.
And I signed one book during that answer.